heard about this place earlier, that there was a who stabbed 2 people and fled into here. Like, I'm not even joking, dude. I just heard whispering coming from back here.
Something literally just thumped right next to me. Holy crap.
This happened to a couple in Russia who were just driving through a quiet, wooded road late at night. Everything seemed normal until their peaceful drive suddenly took a terrifying turn. What started as a calm trip quickly turned into a nerve-wracking encounter with something they never saw coming. As they kept driving, out of nowhere, a tree suddenly came crashing down right in front of them, blocking the road completely. They had no time to react and ended up driving straight through it, barely avoiding a major crash. Thankfully, even though it was a scary moment, their car wasn't seriously damaged and no one got hurt. The creator behind the channel Hiking Dancer is truly passionate about the outdoors. She spends a lot of her time exploring new trails and sharing those adventures with her YouTube audience. While she used to go on multi-day backpacking trips, her recent videos have primarily focused on day hikes. But for this one, she decided to push herself with a solo camping trip deep in the tropical forests of Florida. She started on a side trail, aiming to reach a spot she hadn't explored yet. It wasn't her first time trying this route. Her last attempt didn't go so well, but determined to give it another shot, she set out once more.
Right now, trying to get onto the Florida trail at a different section. This actually was the area I wanted to get to last time I hiked the trail, and I realized it was like the worst trail on earth. I'm giving this trail tries and tries, but this is a cool blue blaze from a trailhead, and it is a chillier day today, so I thought I want to try to
After hiking for several hours, she finally found a suitable spot to set up camp. She pitched her tent, got her gear in order, and lit a small fire to stay warm as the temperature started to drop.
some milk tea, and the fire is going out. I could restart it, and probably I will get rid of the final wood that I have near here.
As the night grew darker and she started to drift off, strange and unsettling noises began echoing from outside her tent.
I'm so tired, but I can't sleep. So many sounds. I guess that was a bunch of coyotes just living their best life. They were really close. And it's actually raining a little bit right now, so it's like 10:30, and I went to bed at like
The night was alive with all kinds of noises, making it impossible to sleep. It sounded like a pack of coyotes was having the time of their lives, their howls alarmingly close. To make things creepier, a light rain started to fall. Coyotes, or maybe bobcats, animals whose cries can sound hauntingly like a woman's wail or a child's scream, seemed way too close for comfort. Still, she stayed composed and refused to panic. Luckily, the animals never got too near, and there wasn't any real danger. But moments like that can shake even the most experienced solo campers. The footage is reportedly from a film called Grave, though its origins are unclear. It follows 3 explorers navigating narrow tunnels beneath an old abandoned asylum. With just a camera and flashlights, they carefully make their way through the darkness, unaware of what might be ahead. The tension rises as they film their exploration, but suddenly the person behind the camera turns and discovers that one of the group, a man named Matt, has mysteriously disappeared.
Matt? Told you he's sick, he needed to take a breather. Matt! Following us? Why is he behind me 5 seconds ago when he was there? You need to stop playing around, man. Matt! Oh, he's freaking us out. Just go and take Take the right, take the right, take the right. Take the right hand turn.
They call out Matt's name and search for him, but he's gone. In the midst of their panic and confusion, the camera catches something truly creepy, a figure wearing what looks like an old hospital gown. The video uploader suggests it might be the restless spirit of a former patient, trapped in the asylum forever. Its silent presence in the dark is enough to give anyone chills. The clip's mystery is made even stranger because its origins are unclear. Some say it was filmed in Canada, while others claim it's from the notorious Anoka Insane Asylum in Minnesota, leaving viewers wondering what really happened. What happened to Matt is still a mystery. Did he just get lost in the maze-like tunnels? Or did he encounter the ghostly patient that appeared shortly after? With no confirmed source for the video, the fate of the explorers remains an eerie and unresolved question. Flex Tape is a camping and hiking channel where the creator often camps in unusual and remote spots. This time, he plans to spend the night alone in an abandoned farmhouse.
So you know how remote this place is. I mean, if you haven't seen the video, have a look in the description. At the last time I was here, it is really in the middle of nowhere. There's the odd building there. Straight across here. This field is where the house is. It is literally in the middle of nowhere.
He finally arrived at the farmhouse.
Look at that, the last move, that used to be in there, near the sink. We've got a steel bath. Here's the fire where last time we were here, down at a fire. Never noticed that last time, it's like a checkered board or something. But yeah, it's just a really, really old farmhouse. There's not really a lot.
Upstairs, he discovers an old metal bed, lays out his sleeping bag, and prepares to spend the night.
If I ever do this next time, or if I do it again or whatever, I'll probably bring more stuff. Oh man, this is mental. I haven't heard anything, so I think I'm far enough away from. If there's no cars, there should be no farms, there should be no people. I should be fine. So I'm gonna get my stuff out.
After setting up his sleeping bag on the creaky old bed, he heads downstairs to explore further.
Oh, the pipes have rotted through, but there is water, and last time I was here, I could actually get the water coming out of the taps. Might be old, but it still works. It's built properly. That's some sort of dresser, and I just love how this whole stuff's still here. Don't know what that is. Family talcum powder. Family talcum.
After exploring for a bit, he goes back upstairs and settles into his sleeping bag.
Who was the last person to sleep in this bed? When was it? It's all these questions going around my head. It's just, it's nerve-wracking, I think, as well. It is scary. It's weird. I've left that door open. In case I don't know. In case I need to go out or something. I don't know. This is the quietest room as well. I can't hear the wind as much in this room. So yeah, I'm gonna get some sleep now. So we're gonna head over to the night vision camera.
He left his night vision camera running and fell asleep. Everything stayed quiet until he heard footsteps slowly coming up the stairs. Luckily, the man didn't see him because the creator didn't have a flashlight on, just the night vision camera, and the stranger never aimed his light his way. That's when he knew it was time to leave. He quietly started packing his stuff, trying not to make any noise, not sure if the man had gone or was still somewhere inside the farmhouse.
I think it's safe now anyway. Just go but I'm sure I saw someone's feet. I definitely heard something. Pretty sure I haven't left anything. As quiet as I can.
Luckily, the man finally left, and the creator got out safely. But here's the real question. What was that guy doing there in the first place? Tell me what you think in the comments. Meet Dan, the host of Cursed Urban, a solo explorer who fearlessly camps in some of the scariest and most haunted places you can imagine. His videos show him spending nights alone in abandoned sites and haunted forests, trying to communicate with the other side. With his camera and ghost hunting gear, Dan brings viewers into the eerie atmosphere of the wilderness at night. This time, his investigation takes him to a place with a dark and violent past, where the nighttime sounds make it clear he isn't truly alone. After setting up his campsite, complete with his usual 2-chair setup to make it look like he's not alone, Dan takes a short walk along a lakeside trail to get a feel for the area before night falls.
The forest is home. Is the forest your home? I'm not done mocking people who litter. Hold on. No, you don't understand. I have to litter, guys. Like, if I don't, I just don't feel right. I just have to be a litter bug. Like you don't understand. It's so cool. That's how I imagine people, how people talk who litter. Is exactly how I imagine them. No, littering's, hey, Bill, what's good? Bill, hey, dude, I'm gonna go litter today. What are you up to? Oh, not much, Dale. I'm gonna come out and litter too. It's so sick. Yeah, dude, it's so awesome. Man, maybe we can, get I got a trash can I haven't emptied yet. Let's go dump it out on the side of the highway and make it look terrible. Yeah, that sounds good. Sounds really good. I hate nature. Yeah, I hate nature too.
I'm very lonely.
Coincide. But I was poisoned.
These eerie messages hint at a tormented spirit, setting a tense and heavy mood for the rest of the investigation. Back at the relative safety of his campfire, the paranormal activity suddenly spikes shockingly.
Three knocks I've ever heard. Sid. That was some, probably maybe not some of the, that was the cleanest tree knocks that I've ever heard. Ever, I think. I could hear it. They were coming from the other side of the lake.
As Dan tries to continue communicating, he's suddenly interrupted by a series of loud, clear tree knocks echoing from across the lake, some of the clearest he's ever caught on camera. Looking for more direct answers, he switches to another ghost hunting app called the Necrometer. That's when he captures the most chilling evidence of the night, something that seems to directly confirm the forest's dark and violent past.
Touch. Was Joyce one of the people that was stabbed? Because what did I say? What did I tell you that I heard about this place earlier? That there was a who stabbed 2 people and fled into here. And now it's saying stab.
The session is suddenly cut short by a new and more immediate danger, the unmistakable sound of whispering coming from the dark woods just beyond his campsite.
Just heard whispering coming from the trees over here. Without a doubt, I just heard whispering coming from the trees over here, over in this direction. Where is my flashlight? Where's my flashlight? Like, I'm not even joking, dude. I just heard whispering coming from back here. Very quiet whispering. It sounded like...
Sensing that whatever's out there is getting bolder, Dan decides to try and get some rest, setting up his camera inside the tent to keep recording while he sleeps.
Sleeping bag, backpack, which is going to double as a pillow. This is my camera bag. Left all my more expensive, brought my more expensive backpack inside here and left the one that's just full of camping gear out there. So yeah, kind of warm in here, but it's all good. I'm very happy though
But his rest doesn't last long. He's suddenly woken by a clear scratching sound coming from the side of his tent. It doesn't sound like a small animal near the ground. It's higher up, like someone dragging their nails across the fabric.
Something was just scratching the side of my tent. Or someone. But I don't think it was an animal because I could hear it from like up here. Not down here where something small would be. But I didn't see anything like putting any pressure on it. Then I just heard something.
As he grabbed his camera, the scratching stopped and was replaced by the heavy, dragging footsteps of something large moving away from his tent and back toward the dark forest trail.
Hello? Someone out here? Hold on, guys. I'm getting my boots on. Heavy steps dragging its feet. Dragging its feet. Like down, like through the, like it didn't walk like a person, like drug its feet. I could hear it like kicking up leaves, dude.
He rushed out to check but found nothing, leaving him wondering what or who had been just inches away on the other side of the thin tent wall. The most unsettling part of this investigation is how the activity escalated. What started as creepy feelings and disembodied voices progressed into seemingly intelligent responses tied to the forest's violent history and ended with a possible physical encounter. The tree knocks, whispers, and final scratching on the tent all point to multiple entities, some potentially more dangerous than others. It's August 14th, 2024, a warm summer day. Angelo, the creator of Exploring with Angelo, is known for venturing into abandoned and haunted places across Canada. But this time, he's taking on his most terrifying challenge yet, camping alone in one of Ontario's most haunted forests. As daylight fades, the once peaceful woods turn dark and uneasy. With his camera ready and spirit box in hand, Angelo sets out to uncover who or what still lingers in these trees.
Can you tell me anything else about your visions? Sorry if I'm moving, guys. The Helen. That is really weird. We keep getting the name Helen a lot.
I like the toys.
Oh man, my car's like all scratched up.
Before long, the mood in the forest shifts. Faint noises begin to echo through the trees, soft at first, then gradually growing louder, nearer, and more intentional.
What is that? Is there somebody out there making a weird thumping noise? Damn, it just went so quiet all of a sudden. What was that? Something literally just hit the car. What in the... What was that? Okay, tell me there's like an animal or something. There is nothing. Nothing at all. What the... Where's my flashlight? Okay, what in God's name was that?
Trying to calm his nerves, Angelo calls out, asking if anyone's there. Silence answers him, until a sudden sharp bang echoes through the night, like something just struck his car. Heart pounding, he sweeps his flashlight through the trees. Nothing moves, no sign of what caused it. Could it be the very presence he's been trying to contact? Then come the footsteps, slow, deliberate, impossibly close. Fear claws at him, but instead of running, Angelo presses forward, deeper into the darkness, driven to find out what's really out there.
What the hell was that? That was right next to me. Something literally just thumped right next to me. Holy crap. Okay, I apologize. I did get a little scared. Oh my gosh. What was that? What is that? Fuck. Oh. Nope. I don't know what the hell that is, but that's not normal. Hello? Okay, I ain't gonna go down there. Screw that. What the was that? That was really creepy. It's like something hitting like a tree or something.
Each step Angelo takes is answered by eerie whispers, soft crunches, and faint movements in the dark. Yet every time he calls out, no one replies. Unease turns to dread as he heads back toward his tent and car, desperate for a sense of safety. But just then, something happens.
Guys, I just heard someone scream. What is that? What the? Oh. I just heard something thump. Hello? It's literally just down there. What was that? What the f? That was that road that I couldn't really go down. That was weird. I don't see anything. I'm just gonna get back in the car. Holy crap, what the f is that? I think I might have only caught a glimpse of it. Oh man.
A piercing scream, high, sharp, and eerily childlike, shatters the night, echoing from the very spot Angelo had just explored. The sound stops him cold. Heart racing, he wastes no time, grabbing his gear, diving into his car, and speeding out of the forest, leaving whatever lurked there behind. But the question still lingers. What did Angelo really encounter that night? Was it just a twisted prank in the wilderness, or something far more sinister? Perhaps the restless spirit said to haunt those woods. The storm in North Wales proved just how quickly isolation and bad weather can turn an ordinary camping trip into pure terror. But not every danger lurks out in the wild. Some are trapped within walls that were never meant to be silent. From the howling forests to an abandoned asylum, the next story blurs the line between history and haunting.
It's massive, isn't it? Village, isn't it? So we've had to be stealthy as hell. There's no one there, is there? So here we are at the asylum, but we're going to sneak in because the local council have just bought this place and they're doing construction to it, so you've got to be stealthy. I don't think anyone's going to be in the hut because the gate's closed.
The asylum turned out to be much bigger than any of them had imagined. From where they stood, they could see towering stone walls, lonely chapels, and rows of small outbuildings spread out like a long-forgotten prison city. The air felt thick, almost weighed down by years of suffering and confinement. Their plan was straightforward: avoid the nearby construction crews, set up camp near the old church, and come back at night to explore. But even before they began, the silence between the buildings felt off, unnervingly wrong.
We definitely have to camp up here, out the way. Look at that building.
It felt like the whole place was holding its breath. As they explored the grounds, they came across the chapel, a haunting Gothic ruin with boarded windows and a vast, hollow interior that had once been the site of countless burials. The walls were marked with deep scratches and graffiti, and parts of the floor had given way where the wood had rotted. Then, breaking the cold silence of the churchyard, a sudden, piercing sound echoed through the darkness. It was so sharp and unexpected that everyone froze. For a moment, it seemed as if the place itself had come to life.
Get attacked by a tree. Took our bags here. That'll do. So here we are, Denby Asylum. Oh, where they had over 15 100 patient.
The group moved to the edge of the property, finding a hidden spot in the woods to stash their gear. The thick undergrowth helped mask their movements, though the asylum's massive buildings were still visible through the trees. This wasn't your average camping trip. Stealth and silence were key. Somewhere near the church, faint voices drifted through the wind, but it was impossible to tell if they were human or something else. The team decided they'd come back after dark, the danger adding a sharp thrill to the cold December air.
So we didn't break in, guys. There was a piece of fence missing, a bit bent out, so we scarpered through that as soon as we seen it. But there is work getting done beyond these walls. There's a digger over there with lights on, so we have to be really careful now. Make sure no one sees us. What was it? That was a scream. Wow, it's just falling apart, the whole place.
There's camp.
Well, initially this is where I thought we could do it.
When darkness finally settled in, the asylum felt completely transformed. Shadows crept through shattered windows, and the endless, decaying corridors seemed to swallow the light. The group slipped through a bent part of the fence and made their way inside, their footsteps echoing off walls warped by time. Above them, faint noises from the nearby construction site buzzed in the distance, a reminder of how close they were to being caught. Then, from deep within the building, a sharp, echoing scream broke the silence, chillingly human. Later, gathered at their camp, the men spoke in hushed tones about what they'd heard. That's when they realized they were camped on what used to be the asylum's morgue. The soil beneath still hid parts of the old structure, slabs once used to hold bodies. Even their tent stakes wouldn't go into certain spots, almost as if the ground itself resisted them. Still, despite the grim discovery, they decided to stay and planned to explore deeper once their batteries were charged and the workers were gone.
Well, you can actually barely see it.
You hear it?
Yeah, I heard it.
Stop the wind.
As if they didn't see my tent, I can see it from here.
Yeah, but if you're not looking for it and you pan past that,
Yeah, if you
don't
pan
see
past,
it.
yeah.
how much harder it is to see your tent than from when you're there.
Yeah. Them screams are crazy, man.
I heard a good little girl screaming twice.
Their second trip into the asylum that night was far more unsettling. The cold air seemed to cling to their skin, and faint noises echoed from nowhere, dragging sounds, distant whispers, the soft flutter of something unseen. As they moved from one hallway to another, it felt like the building was closing in around them, twisting into a maze. Then, out of nowhere, a wheelchair in a nearby room shifted on its own, freezing them in place. Their equipment began spiking with high energy readings, and one of them felt something invisible brush against him, close enough to tug at his jacket.
Actually, the spot that we're actually camping on, we sort of figured it out, but we're on the actual morgue. So just the camping
experience. There used to be a morgue built here. There's still parts of the building under the ground, which is why we couldn't get our pegs in. So I don't think it was tombs, I think it's part of the morgue.
Yeah.
But next to my tent over there, there's what I thought was a headboard of like a small single bed.
Which you've seen in the video.
It's a morgue trolley. It's a
deathbed.
And it's on my tent, technically. So.
Right, we've just been in now. We thought we'll just sneak in first, get our bearings of the place, right? We've only been in there for about 30 minutes and we've seen and heard things, right? I need to go back on the footage, but 100% we heard stuff, didn't we?
Oh yeah.
I mean, it was clear as day.
We stopped because we heard like a screeching noise, like a small, like a screech or a squeal. We stopped, and as we stopped, you heard something dragging along the floor.
Oh, it's crazy.
So we ran out in panic.
They went down to the lower floors, where long tiled hallways stretched under the whole place. Old pipes, broken signs, and rusty fuse boxes showed how much the place had fallen apart. It was a lot colder down there, and a soft whistling sound echoed through the tunnels, like air, or maybe breathing. With each step, everything felt heavier and more tense.
So guys, I've just been left alone up here. The other two have gone exploring. So I thought I'd just have some time on my own in one of the rooms. It's eerie.
It is so eerie here. We've heard so many sounds, we've seen things, we've caught things on pictures. This has got to be the most scariest camp we've ever done. The hell was that? Something just knocked next to me. Okay. Chill out, Ash. You got this. Okay, so the boys are doing a vigil at the moment. They're recording. They're trying to communicate. They're using a device which has got electrical magnetical pulse, which goes up and down from green to red. So when it hits red, it means a high energy pulse, and it usually means that they're answering. It is deadly silent right now. This is so scary. I am literally sitting in a room on my own.
The explorers quietly mentioned how risky it was to keep going, afraid the tunnels might cave in, but curiosity pushed them deeper into the asylum's dark passageways. What happened next felt like a mix between investigating and trying to escape. As they got close to a doorway where mist was seeping out, a sudden, freezing chill washed over them. They could see shapes flickering at the edge of their flashlights, dark figures moving on the upper floors, something crawling on the roof, and faint voices echoing through the halls. Their ears rang from the pressure. "Stay low," one of them whispered.
There's no stairs to your right.
I swear to God, somebody sound like someone's coming up the stairs. That's where are you shining the light right now? Somebody was walking up there. Is there no stairs there?
There's no stairs this side. Stairs are here. Stairs are here below us.
Someone on the stairs on the right. It sounded like they're walking up the stairs. There, where you standing now?
Whoa, what was that? Whoa. Whoa, no, I just felt something. It just ran past me. No, someone just ran past me. I felt something run past me. I felt it run past me. My whole jacket moved. Something just ran past me, bro. It ran past me. It literally ran straight past me. My whole jacket moved. Hold on a minute. I got to walk by there, bro. Someone pushed me. I felt someone run straight past me. I swear to God.
I heard it from the stairs.
I felt it then, I swear to God, bro. I felt someone run straight past me.
Talk to the camera next minute. Shh. Come up the stairs, bro. There's no stairs.
It's lights. Who's them lights?
What lights? It's Rich. There's literally no stairs. It's just a big drop. No, I heard that too.
What was that?
I heard that too. There's a shuffling or something.
Come down, bro. There's a wheelchair. We put that on it, and it's got a slide going red when I ask someone to sit in it.
Definitely. Joking.
I swear to God, but I didn't catch it on
I'm coming down.
camera.
Hang on.
This is the weirdest building we've been in so far.
Bro.
So it just ran past me.
That was clear as day. Clear as day.
Have you got it on camera?
Yes, I got it on camera.
Each step made them feel more surrounded. When they regrouped at camp, they knew this place was different, unlike anywhere they'd filmed before. They even thought they might be the first to ever sleep there, a fact that brought both pride and fear. The risk wasn't just paranormal. Guards with dogs were said to patrol the area, and getting caught could cost them all their footage. Still, they pressed on. Later, one man stayed alone while the others tested equipment nearby. In the silence, faint knocks began beside him, followed by footsteps climbing where no stairs remained. A cold draft brushed his face like fingers, and his instruments spiked red. He tried to stay calm, but then something invisible rushed past, tugging his clothes and moving the air. A wheelchair started rocking on its own as the device flashed red again and again, reacting to something unseen. The men spoke softly, asking it to step forward, but the readings grew erratic as fear began to take over.
No! Hey, what the? Mate, that was close. That was close. That was. Oh! Whoa, whoa. See that bang? Close. It's going red.
Oh, we're literally backed into a corner here.
I think that's what it's trying to do. It's so close.
No. That wasn't falling rubble. That was a bang on the wall. Oh. Rich. It's rich. I heard that. Hang on. Right. Stand here where we were, right? Okay. Right, hang on. Just be quiet a minute. Just be quiet a minute.
I take 5.
Right. If anybody is there from the spiritual world, please make a big noise. Oh! Oh, that was dragging! That was dragging! That was dragging! That was clear as day, bro. That was clear as hell.
Something was dragging in there.
Yeah. Oh my god, I'm getting stuck. Oh my god. You okay?
Oh my god.
You heard that, right?
Woo. Oh my god, right, next building.
Right. Next building, yeah? Nah. When we're quiet and we ask them stuff, they're doing it. They're doing it. Right, next building.
A deep dragging sound suddenly responded to one of their calls, scraping across the floor like something heavy being pulled. It was clear, deliberate, and close. Their adrenaline spiked as they realized they were trapped in a corner. The temperature dropped sharply. Then a woman's voice echoed down the hallway, unmistakably saying, "Hello, boys." Panic hit instantly. The explorers bolted, tripping over debris as they raced out of the building, hearts pounding in the freezing night.
Great location. Last night, I can't explain it, guys. I'm going to go back home now, look at all the footage, me and my brother, second by second, to see what we can find visually, because the only thing we caught is on a video, on a photograph, sorry, there's a couple of things on video, on photographs. But the audio, the things that we've heard in that place tonight, I'm telling you now, it was haunted. Anyway, leave no trace.
By sunrise, the team had moved their camp to a clearing by the river, safely away from the asylum grounds. A security guard had stopped them on their way out. He was friendly enough and even shared bits of the place's dark history, but the experience had already left its mark. They'd captured more than enough footage to stay with them for years. As they packed up, they spoke quietly about the night, the screams, the dragging sounds, the feeling of unseen hands, and couldn't help but wonder if they'd really been alone in that building. This is Dan. He runs the YouTube channel Dan Ventures Outdoors, where he shares his trips camping, hiking, and exploring remote parts of nature. His videos take viewers through forests, over mountains, and into quiet places that can feel both peaceful and eerie. Dan had camped before, but he was still pretty new to serious wilderness adventures. A few months earlier, his first solo trip had already left him shaken after a scary encounter. This time, he brought a friend along, hoping it would make the experience feel less intimidating.
Ray's just getting fire started. Cracked a beer each. He's on the Stella. I've got the cruise camper.
They hiked deep into the forest, far from the nearest road, and found a clearing to set up camp. They made a fire, put up their tents, cooked a simple meal, and settled into the quiet of the woods. At first, everything felt calm and safe, but in the forest, that calm rarely sticks around.
I've got a good shot.
They're not whistling now, I don't know where they're. They've been shouting and whistling now, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, we had a dog. Maybe.
From somewhere in the trees came a sound that didn't fit, a whistle. It was soft and human-like, not a bird, not the wind. Something, or someone, was out there. The forest went quiet again for a while, but as the fire burned lower and darkness settled in, the sound came back, moving through the trees.
I don't know if you can hear that. It sounds like someone or something walking around. Hello?
Later that night, Dan woke to the sound of heavy footsteps around their camp. It wasn't an animal. The way the steps moved, deliberate and weighted, made it obvious it was a person.
So, I hadn't heard anything more. Just been sat here watching my phone. Doing a bit of editing. And I hadn't heard anything else. Must have just been an animal or something. It definitely sounded like human footsteps. It's about 4:30 now. I try to drop off again. Just ignore it. Act like it never happened. Yeah.
He grabbed his flashlight and shone it across the tree line. There was nothing, just the dark silhouettes of tall trees. Still, the feeling of being watched hung over him, a heavy presence in the shadows. Eventually, exhaustion beat fear, and all that remained was the quiet sound of rain falling on the camp. But the question lingered. Was it just an animal passing through, or the same unseen figure who had whistled through the forest that night? Dan, the creator of the UK's bold paranormal channel, Exploring with Fighters, teams up with his friend and fellow investigator Carl to explore some of the country's most haunted locations, aiming to capture unexplained phenomena. Armed with cameras and ghost hunting equipment, they put themselves on the front lines of the supernatural, often filming evidence that shocks viewers. During a 2-night investigation in the infamous Rendlesham Forest, they encountered something so disturbing it would truly test their bravery. On the second night, they camped in a more remote part of the forest, near the old RAF base, famous for a historic UFO sighting and said to be haunted by the Shuck, a demonic hellhound rumored to roam the woods.
Bear in mind that this is where we are, and I wanted to point this out. That gate down at the bottom there is where the original soldiers and the colonel saw the ball of light down here. They followed it down this road, straight across the road into the forest area, and to be honest, we walked that yesterday to where the UFO landed, and they built the monument there. It is a trek. So the East Gate.
Yeah, look, so East Gate, unusual lights were seen by United States Air Force patrolmen from this direction, so literally just over there.
Yeah.
And then caution forest road across it, so it goes to 2. So they followed it all the way through. This is where we followed it through from back here and came up this way.
Yeah. This is such a big thing. I mean, look at State. Even here, normally, you know, they dull down stuff like this, but there's signs everywhere telling you this is how documented it is, so I'm surprised the first time we're doing it.
So look, it actually says Christmas 1980 was the time of the UFO sightings during a period of extreme military and political sensitivity owing to the Cold War. So yeah, it was actually Cold War related, I'm pretty sure.
After pitching their tents, they took a short rest, waiting for night to fully fall. As midnight neared, they started their investigation, but the forest quickly made itself known. The quiet was suddenly broken by a deep voice shouting from the darkness.
Someone was just shouting in the forest. I don't f***ing know. Somebody's in this forest.
Do you know what it sounds like? It's like a really deep man's voice, but like stranger. Like, I've never heard anything like that before, bro. This is what I hear. Oh my god. Dude, it's like a dog.
I'd be happy leaving, to be honest.
Bro, who's going to be walking the dogs? 12 at night. In the den, you know what I mean? In the thick of this. It's not normal, that. Like, don't forget, we've had to go off the beaten path to get to this section, right?
They froze, trying to listen, but there were no lights or signs of anyone else around. Their shock soon turned to fear as the noises became stranger, a dog barking, then ghostly voices echoing through the trees. The intensity quickly increased, overwhelming their senses. Suddenly, a flash of light appeared out of nowhere, and a shadow was seen moving in the branches of a tree above them.
Look at that. Dude, bro, I saw a flash of light over there. What you seen here?
I swear to God, I just saw a shadow up the tree.
Shadow up the tree?
Yeah.
What do you mean, man?
I don't know. I just saw a shadow up the tree. And we were all still.
Extreme fatigue and relentless paranormal activity began taking a serious psychological toll on Dan and Carl. They saw fleeting lights and heard faint noises, making them question their own minds, while the feeling of being watched became unbearable. Fearing they were being lured by something malevolent, they decided to abandon the camp. Packing hastily, every snap of a twig sounded like footsteps, and the tense walk back through the forest felt like moving through a hostile, alive space. Even after reaching their car, the blind spot indicators flashed erratically, signaling something behind them when nothing was there. Though physically unharmed, the experience left a lasting mark. Were they pranked, or did they encounter the legendary Shuck? Could the voices have been a predatory mimic? The unexplained events suggest something more complex. Dan and Carl wisely prioritize safety over evidence, understanding that some mysteries are best left unsolved. Meet Bear, the creator of the YouTube channel Exploring with Bear. In his videos, he takes viewers deep into the wilderness, capturing raw and often terrifying encounters with the unknown, from strange creatures to unexplained phenomena, showing the real-life horror of the wild. He usually explores with his partner, Tiff, but their last adventure was so frightening that she stepped away for good. Now, Bear is returning alone to the most menacing forest he's ever explored.
Camping adventure. If you're new to the channel, I'm Jared Bear. I have brought you guys back to the forest where psychopaths attack and Bigfoot presence is heavy. Now there's people out in the woods here sometimes. My tent has been attacked. There's been a cinder block thrown on the tent. I wasn't in it, thankfully. You guys have seen multiple eyes shine all around. You've spotted Bigfoot. You've spotted Dogman. Tiff is no longer going to come out on adventures with me. She just doesn't. It's too scary for her. And after the last one, she just said she's done. So I am out here by myself tonight, which is going to make it 100 times more scarier for me. And I hope maybe even a little scarier for you guys at home. So without further ado, if you like this kind of content, make sure to smash that like, hit that subscribe, join the family, and let's get it.
On this trip, Bear went back to a forest infamous for both cryptid encounters and human dangers. He notes that the area has a history of attacks on his camp and many reports of glowing eyes in the darkness. With Tiff stepping away out of fear, Bear knew that venturing alone would heighten the risk, making him a solitary target in an already hostile forest.
So first, let's go down and check the lake bed, see if we can't see any tracks. The offering tree's just right down here. Offering tree. So last time I left a peanut butter treat because you guys were commenting on how that's one of...
He began exploring in daylight, heading to a lake bed to look for unusual tracks. At the offering tree, where he had previously left a peanut butter treat said to be a favorite of Bigfoot, he found it untouched. But Bear had a bigger plan for the night, something he believed would surely attract whatever was out there. As dusk approached, he got ready to cook a large steak over the fire as his main lure.
We'll get our fire going because I really want to get this dinner started because I know the aroma is definitely going to chum in some stuff. Yeah, so what I'm going to be cooking up is going to be way better than whatever we could have put on the offering tree.
He believed the strong smell would act like a beacon, drawing in any nearby creature, Bigfoot, Dogman, or something else entirely. He was deliberately baiting the forest, and as darkness fell, it became clear that his invitation had been accepted. The moment the steak hit the fire, the atmosphere changed.
I swear I just seen something moving down there. Oh man, this place gets so creepy at night, man. I'm getting nervous. But it did look like I seen something move, because the light behind it.
Bear instantly saw movement at the edge of his camp, a shadowy figure against the faint light of the lake. A strange, disembodied voice echoed from the trees, making the forest feel alive.
I was just walking over there. Oh, hold on. Shh. What is it? Where's that coming from? There's a bang, but it sounded like something walking so close. I think I see an X back there. An X. Look at that X. Crap, freaking smoke, man. I'm hearing stuff now. All around. There's just something over there. But look, an X, and I heard something walking right.
Then he heard it. Footsteps. Really close by. A second later, a loud bang echoed from deeper in the woods. He noticed this weird X shape made out of tree branches, something people often link to Bigfoot. Before he could process it, more noises started coming from all directions, and a rock suddenly clanked nearby, a sound some say Sasquatch uses to communicate.
Oh! That was a rock clank. Person or a Bigfoot. Just smacked something right over there. Oh, something's moving right there. Stinking train. I don't know. Oh, now there's movement. What was that? Oh my goodness, every hair on my body's standing straight up right now. Where's the flashlight? Oh my goodness, I got the chilly willies, man.
Something moved right after that. The sense of being watched got so strong that it made his skin crawl. He wasn't just watching anymore. He was being watched. Whatever was out there was getting closer. Then, out of nowhere, a blood-chilling scream echoed through the night from somewhere deep in the woods.
I see eyes. There's eyes. Where'd they go? There's a howl. Just a minute ago. I didn't say none at first. My hair's standing straight up, man.
His flashlight finally landed on what he'd been afraid to see, a pair of glowing eyes staring back at him from the dark. Seconds later, a haunting howl echoed through the trees, confirming he definitely wasn't alone. But then came the scariest part of all, a sound that wasn't just animalistic, but disturbingly human-like.
There's just some kind of growl too or something out there. That was my whistle.
Bear has this unique whistle he always uses, but from the darkness, he suddenly heard it being whistled back at him. It wasn't some random animal noise. It was a perfect copy of his own sound. Whatever was out there knew he was there, had been listening, and was smart enough to mimic him. The realization froze him in fear. Not wanting to push his luck, Bear stayed completely silent in his tent for the rest of the night, just waiting for daylight. The whole experience, the mimicry, the feeling of being watched from all sides completely rattled him. As soon as morning came, he packed up fast and got out of there. John has built his reputation on his channel, Exploration Unknown, by exploring places most people only hear about in stories. His trips take him off the beaten path to mysterious, sometimes frightening locations steeped in folklore. This time, he and his friend Brian aimed for Cades Cove, a remote valley in the Tennessee section of the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. While it's quiet and popular with visitors during the day, at night it feels completely different. Their plan was simple: spend the night in a cabin they were familiar with, far from the main road and surrounded by thick forest. But even before they went inside, the silence was broken.
Okay guys, we're over here. There it is again. Shh. I was seriously just got off the bike here. Hang on, let me show you. Okay, so I was literally standing right in here, looking this way, when we heard that years ago. And I shit you not, Brian and I just heard it. I am stunned. I don't know if that audio is caught on. It's further away. But it was definitely the same sound.
That almost sounds like...
It sounds like the T-Rex off Jurassic Park.
Well, is that and what we caught it brushy?
Yeah, that's true. It does sound a lot like what we caught it brushy. Come on, do it again. There's something lives close to here. And it's being disturbed when we come here at night.
From deep in the trees came a sound that was exactly like one John had heard here before.
It's like it's warning that something's here, someone's here. Because I kid you not, guys, I'm going to drop that clip of what happened before so you can hear it. We literally heard the same exact sound just now. I'm going to drop that clip in right now.
What the hell is that? That was close.
That's got me nervous. Let's go to the cabin. That ain't a bear, is it?
No, that's coyotes. But they're like right there.
That's wild. That's scary.
Guys, that expression says it all.
What the hell is that?
The others are howling now. I hope whatever it is back here didn't see us and start calling for help. I'm a little unnerved.
So how bad did we want to see these cabins?
Yeah, for real. The cabin's right there.
Yeah. Problem is, so is whatever that noise was.
Yeah, and Brian describes it. It does sound reptilian. And me and Brian both, one of the passions we share is we grew up in the Appalachia. We grew up in the woods. Like, that we spent our life. We've heard a lot of stuff. And I've never heard, other than this, that sound before.
No, that's wild.
So, yeah, it's gone now. It was further away this time. It was so much closer before. But I'm telling you, man, it puts you on edge. Like, you don't know what that is. And I don't know if it's something you'll see in a day or if you can see it all.
Dude, that was a reptilian call. Like,
and I don't know if it's a call for assistance, backup, or if it's a call to warn other creatures. I don't know. I mean, judging that we walked in here, left and went further and came back out and nothing bothered us the last time, hopefully it's something that moves away.
Yeah.
But
you got to remember also, you said last time it was closer to you.
Yes.
And it made that sound. So it made that sound over there. It might be heading this direction.
That's what I'm hoping it's not. I want to see what it is, but I also do not want to see what it is at the same time.
Dude, like that's, I mean, I'm convinced that's
A deep, low, guttural sound rolled through the valley, shaking them in their chests. It wasn't a bear or coyotes, nothing they could identify. For a while, they quietly wondered what it could be. A mix of curiosity and a creeping fear that whatever it was might come closer. Finally, they gathered their courage and made their way to the old cabin tucked in the woods. Frost covered the roof, their breath turned to mist, and their flashlight beams struggled in the cold. John kept filming, hoping to catch the sound again, but as he scanned the tree line, the stillness felt unsettling.
The cabin looks so ominous coming in. Yeah. Such a heavy layer of frost. I don't know if y'all can see, the stars are out bright. See a few of them up there. Yeah, it's back in this area of the woods. Like, it's funny, anywhere you see like a pathway in, look at these trees that are laid over.
Yeah.
Look at all these uprooted trees laying here. It's like whatever's back here doesn't want people. Yeah, I did. I don't know what it is about that pathway through there. Terrifying.
Oh no.
Did your light just die?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. That musky smell.
Yes, sir. And that's fresh.
There's a sandwich?
Yeah.
That's not good. This one's got an upstairs too.
Several trees had been ripped up, their trunks splintered like something huge had smashed through. The ground was torn up, wild boar tracks scattered in the mud, and a strong, fresh, musky smell hung in the air. The cabin that once seemed safe now felt like the worst place to be. Whatever was out there didn't show itself, but it made sure they knew it was close, and that was enough. With the cold and eerie cries echoing through the trees, they decided not to spend the night. The idea of sleeping while something unknown moved around the woods made them pack up and leave. As they headed back through the dark, the cold stung more, and the heavy musky scent lingered like a warning. No one can say for sure what was lurking at the edge of those woods that night, but anyone who's spent time in Cades Cove after dark knows some things don't need to be seen to be real. Sometimes the forest just doesn't want to be shared. So, what do you think was out there? A wild animal or something far stranger? Meet Jake, the urban explorer behind the YouTube channel Nightfall Explorations. He's famous for going solo into abandoned buildings and remote forests, showing viewers the eerie vibe of places left to decay. His audience expects a few spooky moments, but one night Jake ran into something far scarier than any ghost story.
There's music. Is that music or is that chatter? Is There shouldn't, wait a minute. There shouldn't be any people over that way or that direction. At all. I went the direction of no houses. Got movement over here now. Okay, I'm gonna get my box put on. Here. I got walking right in front of me. Hello? I hear walking. It's telling me to be quiet. Hello? Wait, what the? What the? No, what the hell is a baby doing? Hello? Hello?
The night started like any of Jake's usual adventures. While setting up his gear deep in the woods, he heard something unusual, a faint sound that almost sounded like music, coming from nowhere. It was unsettling, especially since the area should have been empty. On high alert, he then noticed movement in the darkness, just a flicker, but enough to tell him he wasn't alone. Then, chillingly, a sound pierced the night that didn't belong in the middle of the wilderness, a baby crying.
Hello? I heard a baby, and then it quit. I heard a damn baby. Oh, it's me. Was it like a... That wasn't a fox baby or something. That was a real baby. There's movement, there's movement, there's movement. Is this where it came from? It's down here. Hello? Oh, I don't know why that just gave me chills. I don't understand. I think it was raining.
Confused and scared, he slowly made his way toward the sound, his camera filming every hesitant step. This wasn't some animal imitating a human. It was real, and the sheer impossibility of it sent shivers down his spine.
Go that far or something. Yeah. All the hairs on my neck stood up. Hello? Movement. Talking. I wasn't trying to disturb anybody. I can leave. I think there's people out here living, dude. And the baby got startled or something. I don't know. It's on an itty bitty tree. Ow, bug. Damn.
He wondered what to do, thinking maybe a family was secretly living out in the woods. But before he could process that fear, things suddenly took a terrifying and unexpected turn.
There's another one. Dude, I'm in the middle of a suspect investigation. I am not a suspect. I was across the way here where I parked. The trail I was on is right there. I heard that baby crying down in there. That's it. I didn't hear no screaming, no or like like they're saying, and that's the 4th cop car that went by, and they told me do not move.
Suddenly, loud police sirens broke the quiet, and flashing lights lit up the trail. Officers came up to him, telling him not to move. In just a few minutes, Jake went from being alone in the woods to being part of a police investigation. More and more sheriff's cars kept showing up, and he realized he was stuck in the middle of a full-on manhunt.
Sorry guys, I'm hoping another, yep, here comes another one. Stop recording. There's another one. He just stopped and asked me if I've already been talked to. I said, yeah. I'm being nosy. Oh man, there's a manhunt right now. This is crazy. 5 vehicles, and there's probably more coming. They're all sheriffs. I hear more coming. I hear ambulances coming. Stop and talk to me. I hear more coming. I hear ambulances coming. Another one's riding through, y'all.
He told the officers that all he'd heard was a baby crying, but they didn't believe him. He was stuck, caught in a situation he didn't understand. As the officers with K-9 units started searching the same woods where he'd heard the cries, he watched the chaos unfold and realized something horrifying. He wasn't just witnessing a police search, he might have been hearing the beginning of a tragedy. Could the baby he heard be connected to why so many police were there? The thought was chilling, especially when an ambulance showed up. The video ends with Jake still held there, unable to leave, as the investigation continued around him. The arrival of the ambulance left a haunting question. What really happened in those woods, and what happened to the person whose cries he had heard? This video explores the dense, quiet woods of Cole Harbor, Nova Scotia. It was posted by Paranormal Discovery, a channel that investigates haunted locations and records encounters with the unknown. That night, the creator and his dog camped near the remains of an old, poor farm, once home to the destitute and mentally ill. Many believe the area remains spiritually active. The night begins calmly as he tries to communicate with lingering spirits using a spirit box. He notes that the original building burned down in 1929 and asks for signs of activity. At first, responses are faint, strange feelings and soft, unexplained noises. But the atmosphere soon grows tense and eerie.
Back to another haunted campout. Currently we are back at the Salt Marsh Trail. I do have this girl right here. She's gonna be joining me today, but this is kind of a mixture between a good haunting and some Bigfoot stuff. So there is in fact a haunting going on. Now if you guys were to go back a long time ago, I'd say a good 2 years is when we first discovered this spot. There is a very odd feeling to this set of wildlands. And I think it has everything to do with the poor farm. The people are still here. We've proven that. Like I said, hit the description down below. Start off this video, I'm going to be doing a different type of configuration. Now, I'm going to make sure to put it up. I don't even know what the configuration's called, but it's kind of like an open fly, but if it rains, they'll be protected kind of thing. It's not going to be like the tent or the tents that I've been kind of making. So without further ado.
At several points, the creator says he feels like he's being surrounded with entities just beyond the light of his fire. Shadows move in the darkness, and he claims to see figures darting behind the trees. At one point, a sudden, unexplained noise nearby causes both him and his dog to panic. His dog, especially, becomes tense and stares into the woods, a clear sign to experienced paranormal hunters that something unseen could be nearby.
You alright, baby? Yo. I think she sees something. You good, Key? You okay? Why do I feel like that? I feel like something is going to happen to me. Like I feel threatened. I don't think we're dealing with the people from the poor farm. I think I'm legitimately dealing with something a little bit extra. Okay, there's some sort of vibe up here. What the f is that?
I'm touching your back.
What the?
Yes, I'm here.
He's looking at me like, are you good? Who am I talking to right now? Did you just scream in the distance? I heard this massive howl.
Then comes the big turning point. Both he and his dog see what they think is a humanoid figure, something tall standing just beyond the tree line. He even mentions a Bigfoot mapping project that reported past sightings in this same area. As he moves deeper into the woods, the feeling of being watched gets stronger. Every snapping branch and flicker of movement in the dark feels intentional, like something is following them. While the footage doesn't give solid proof, the eerie atmosphere and his dog's tense, restless behavior suggests that something really was out there.
Okay. Hear that? Hello? I think I see a Sasquatch. I swear I just saw something move. That was kind of tall. Are you a Sasquatch? I'm Lamar. This is my dog. I am almost guaranteeing you that I just saw something. Or somebody's walking through the trees back there.
Time.
This has got to be the creepiest set of forests
I enjoy the company.
I've actually done in a while. I know this isn't endangered land, but why is it so creepy right here? Like it's legitimately creepy.
It's not human.
It's not human. If it's not human, then what is it? A Wendigo? Rake? Dogman?
Using the spirit box again, he starts to hear a few disturbing phrases. Distorted voices saying things like, "This is secret, you will find things below," and even the word sacrifice. Each message adds to the rising tension, and the air around him feels heavy with unease. At one point, he's sure he sees someone standing near his campfire. His heart races as he hurries back, but when he gets there, the area is empty. Still, he can't shake the feeling that something, or someone, is watching him from the darkness just outside the light's reach.
What the? Yo, someone's at the camp. I swear to God, I just saw a shadow by the camp. What the? Let's go, Key. Hello? Hello? Oh my God. Nobody is at the camp. Key, I know you saw that too, right? It looked like someone was just walking from like where the bonfire is right over. What the? Oh my God. This is nuts. Okay. Okay, that's freaking creepy, dude. I thought someone just like walked up, because we were kind of like on a path. If you were to come to the Cole Harbor like area, all the paths kind of lead up, and so like anyone could walk up here. Thing is, no one's here. I just saw something. Like it looked like a normal person came and just was like, "Oh, there's a camp here." Man, I'm like driving myself crazy, dude. Like it looked like a real person just came and was just like checking out the camp. And I'm like, I don't want anything to be stolen in the back of my head. I'm like, I gotta race back. And no one's here.
Yeah, I'm losing my mind.
He finishes the investigation feeling both uneasy and intrigued. He notes that real paranormal encounters rarely include flashy apparitions or loud dramatic events. Usually, it's the quiet discomfort, strange noises, and the strong sense that something unseen is close. Nothing physically threatened him that night, but the tension lasted until the very end. Along with the possible Sasquatch sighting, this experience ranks as one of the most chilling and memorable episodes in his series.
Oh my God. Oh, I just saw someone stand right there. Right. Son. I don't know what this feeling is, but whatever is in the forest is attached to it. I think that's what it is. The people that passed away on the property are probably still attached to the property, and they go everywhere. I know we haven't seen much, and like I know to you guys you probably haven't heard much either, but sometimes with the paranormal you get just vibes, you get just strong feelings, and you have to be here in person to really understand that, and this is why we're documenting it for you, is to really just give you guys the experience and just give you guys what we're encountering, you know what I mean? Plain and simple, clear and transparent. I just want to be that for you guys, and that's what I'm doing here. So I mean, if you come to watch the paranormal, man, sometimes you just get vibes.
This encounter stands out for its mix of tension, where the unknown combines both paranormal and mysterious elements into one gripping experience. The creator ends by saying he plans to return, this time with a psychic medium, to explore even further into whatever might truly haunt the Cole Harbor woods. This footage was taken in 2012 by two adventurers heading out for a camping trip deep in the wilderness near Christmas Valley, just outside Bend, Oregon. While little is known about who they were or what happened afterwards, what they captured on camera tells its own story.
Did you see that? Did you see that?
Get in, hurry up, get in. I'm gonna back up.
All right, he
Here
went.
we go, come on.
Yeah, back
get
up.
In. Here we go.
He went back down that way, so hurry up.
Hold on. He was huge.
I know. I've already got him on film, but I want more. I want another film of him.
Here we go. Hold on. Did you see him?
No,
Where did he go?
no, just a second. I'm gonna get out at the main road here.
Okay, get out. Hurry.
Crap! I think we lost him. No, I think we lost him. I don't see him anywhere.
The footage stops here, since they lost sight of the figure. But if you look closely, there's something unusual about it. The way it moves through the trees, its silhouette against the fading light. Its size, shape, and stride strongly resemble what people describe as Bigfoot. The figure looks far too big to be a regular human. Its upright, purposeful way of walking doesn't match any ordinary animal in the area. Many who have studied the clip, including the two who saw it themselves, are convinced they caught a glimpse of the legendary creature. Whether the adventurers stayed to continue their trip after this encounter is unknown. Chris Baird runs a channel where he shares trips that test patience and nerves. Long, solitary nights in remote spots where the quiet is never truly silent. This time, he booked a lone cabin in the Pine Barrens, planning a simple overnight stay before heading into the city in the morning. He expected a bit of eeriness, the kind that comes with cold air and old wood, but as the night went on, the tension grew until it became hard to tell the difference between caution and instinct.
I had to come to Philadelphia for business in the morning. And this is not far from Philadelphia, and I was just like, could I make something out of this trip? Could I get a video out of this trip? Could I possibly do something scary and freak myself out a little bit? And this is it. I did it. I'm here.
The evening began quietly, almost boring. Chris put away his gear and got comfortable in the cabin, surrounded by the quiet forest. But the peace didn't last. A feeling of unease crept in, making the shadows seem closer than normal. He tried to brush it off, thinking it was just nerves. Then he started hearing soft, strange noises, and his small sense of comfort disappeared. He couldn't ignore it anymore. Trying to feel better, Chris went outside, but the cool night air only made him feel more tense.
I don't know exactly what I'm hearing out here, but I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. I don't know what to do right now. I don't want to be back in the house. I don't want to be outside. I really don't. Holy, that was by the house. That was literally by the house. There's somebody up at the house right now. There's somebody up at the house right now. You guys hear that? The f was that? That right there is exactly why I don't want to go to the house. Holy, I was walking. I'm so done with this place.
What Chris didn't realize, probably for the best, was that right when the strange noises began, a shadowy figure had moved past or entered the cabin. Then he heard more sounds coming from the dock behind him, slow and deliberate, like someone walking on wet wood, even though no one was there. Feeling uneasy, he went back inside, unknowingly heading straight to the place where he had already filmed the figure. Oddly enough, or maybe thankfully, the cabin was empty. Still, the uneasy feeling Chris had made him quietly wonder if staying the night was a good idea. After a few moments of hesitation, unsure whether to leave or stay, he chose to stay. It was late, and he had a long day ahead in the morning. The rest of the night seemed normal to him. A light flickered in the darkness, but it didn't wake him. Looking back, though, he would only regret not leaving when he had the chance. Now the question is, what exactly did he capture that night? Was it something supernatural, an unseen presence moving through the shadows and causing the light? Or is there a more logical explanation? Share your thoughts in the comments. Camping in the wild always comes with some risk, but for the unabandoned boys, their night in the woods turned out to be far more unsettling than they expected. They had returned to a spot where one of them once saw a huge, shadowy figure moving through the trees. Determined to find out what it was, they headed deep into the forest with a camera, ready to film everything. At first, the night felt calm. The forest was quiet and the air was still, but as they followed the narrow trail deeper in, the uneasy feeling started creeping back. It felt like they weren't alone, and then things suddenly took a dark turn.
Whoa, what is that? Are you not seeing this? What is that?
Just went down.
Like a cat. I think that was a cat. What?
As he walked, a sudden noise shattered the silence. Something was moving in the nearby trees. He swung his flashlight toward it, scanning the dark forest, but saw nothing. Trying to stay calm, he told himself it was probably just a small animal. Then, movement caught his eye, a shadow slipping between the trees. A large, human-like figure stood just outside the beam of his light, blending into the forest. It was huge and seemed to move with intent. Moments later, he heard something whiz through the air, a rock or something heavier, landing alarmingly close. He wasn't alone. Panic surged, and he turned to his friend. One look was enough. They both knew it was time to get out fast.
Turned around, he was back in them trees right there.
Over here?
Yeah, right there.
Over here?
Yeah. What the hell?
Heard something?
You didn't hear that?
Yeah. What was that?
I don't know. Oh, I can't get up this hill, man. That whole thing's about to collapse, man. I don't know. It was something?
But as they started heading back, the noises came again. Footsteps, rustling leaves, branches snapping somewhere in the dark. Then came a terrifying realization. Whatever was following them wasn't staying back anymore. It was getting closer.
What?
It's hard, man.
Nah, that sounded like somebody threw something. You tripping. Nah, that was somebody threw something, bro. Yeah, somebody threw something. Man, that's weird. What the hell is that? You saying what I'm saying? What is that? Did you see something? I thought I saw something against the wall. That was weird, man.
By this point, their fear was intense. They tried to hurry, but the uneven ground and thick undergrowth made every step difficult. Their flashlights swung wildly as they struggled along the trail. Then they froze. Someone was standing in the distance, watching them. It wasn't an animal or just a shadow. It was a person, though something about them felt very wrong.
That's weird, man. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you saw something, because I think I saw something. You didn't see nothing?
Nah, really, I like it. Looks like there might have been something.
Man, I thought I saw something, man. You want to just go? Huh? Think we should just go?
Yeah, it's raining and everything, man. We gotta go.
Yeah, I don't know. We just checked the film. Whoa. Did you hear that?
What is that?
I thought I heard something. That's weird, man. I know I heard something on the
highway.
What?
Was it on the highway?
What are you talking about?
What you heard? There's a boat over there.
Where? What?
What the hell is that?
What the?
I'm out of here.
Go.
The figure stayed completely still, motionless, just staring at them in the dark. For several tense seconds, it didn't move at all. Then, as suddenly as it had appeared, it disappeared. With hearts racing, they sprinted through the trees and brush, desperate to find the way out and leave the forest behind.
Did you see that? Is he still coming? What the? Bro, man, what is? You kidding me, right? You kidding me right now, right? Did you seen something in the path, right? Didn't you?
I did. What was that?
I don't know. Man, y'all playing, man. Y'all playing right now. Yeah, y'all playing.
You said you saw something.
Did you just hear that?
Yeah, what was it?
When they finally got back to the safety of their vehicle, they allowed themselves to pause. Breathless and shaken, they turned off the camera and sat in silence, trying to process everything that had just happened in the woods.
Listen. What the? Is that the? Which way? dude. Are you serious? Which way? I don't know. Is it this way? Dude, I got turned around, man. I don't know. I thought you knew. Why you going back that way for? That's what, something's down there. Or is that the way? What? Man, you done got me turned around, man. Hey, we gonna get out of here.
We gotta go.
Okay. What?
See that? We gotta go.
Okay,
Somebody's out here playing with us.
Okay, I'm out here at Primetime Browns. There's some people in the woods. Somebody's following us. Look at this.
What is it?
Look at that. Are y'all seeing this?
Somebody's following us. What is that?
Who's this dude, man?
No, we gotta go, y'all.
Man, what the? Are you serious right now?
What do you want?
Yo, what's going on?
We gotta go.
Yeah, let's go.
Many people think the encounter was just a prank or a staged hoax, but others believe it shows something real, something that can't be easily explained. What do you think? Kenny of all trades, an outdoorsman from Minnesota, shares videos of his truck camping, boondocking trips, and explorations of secluded forest areas with his dog Toby. On March 5th, 2024, he traveled deep into Paul Bunyan State Forest, parking his truck for what he thought would be a peaceful night away from it all.
I love it when the camper smells like coffee. I've got some delamination on the back wall as well. It starts up here in this top corner and just kind of comes down like so. You can see it when the sun hits it just right. I pulled that whole back wall off a couple of years ago, sealed it all up. It hasn't leaked at all. It's been like that for a couple of years. You ready to go inside? And so now let's talk about the truck. Remember a couple of weeks ago I was talking about the possibility of a head gasket.
He spent the evening making sliders in his camper, adding cheese, mayo, and mustard to soft rolls while the generator hummed quietly outside. Toby lay nearby, calm and relaxed, as the frozen lake outside reflected the last light of the day.
Not a typical camping meal, but it's going to be delicious. First, we'll start with an onion. Mandy makes this often. She calls them cheeseburger sliders. Her kids and I absolutely love these things. And they microwave really, really good. That's why I'm making them tonight. Because if you've been watching me for a while, you know that I always have leftovers. Let's get this cut up. I should have checked this better. It's kind of soft. It smells pretty potent. This is so much easier than using a spoon to spoon it out. Yes, it does get a little hot on the fingers. Perfect. Now we can bring this back inside. Step one complete.
As night fell, the temperature dropped into the 30s, and the forest grew completely silent. Kenny left the camper door open so Toby could move in and out freely, hoping it would make his dog feel a bit more comfortable in the dark.
Gonna get the generator shut off and call it a night. That strap was blowing in the wind. I saw it move. I'm like, what is that? This is strange. I came outside. Holy buckets.
Then, shortly after 11:30 p.m., the silence was abruptly broken. From across the frozen lake came the clear sound of rapid gunfire, with a full magazine fired in mere seconds.
It's like 11:30 at night. Someone completely unloaded a magazine out here. At first I thought it was the lake, but no, not after that. It's a ways away. It's all the way across the lake. These are just some of the things that happen when you're out on state forest lands. Yeah, it's nothing to worry about. We should probably get back up to the camper. Thought I was falling through for a second. And we made her back, safe and sound. It's like 35 degrees out here. It's not too bad. Tomorrow they're talking mid-40s again. It's awesome. It is late. I'm tired. See you in the morning.
Shaken, Kenny looked over the dark tree line, trying to determine the source of the gunfire. Was it just hunters practicing, or something more? Not willing to take any chances, he and Toby hurried into the safety of the truck camper. Kenny switched off the generator, locked the doors, and sat quietly, tense as the sounds slowly faded into the frozen night.
We knew he was in the Paul Bunyan State Forest. We knew that he was by a fire tower. We knew that he didn't have his cabin connected, which meant when I went onto Google Maps, I knew that I wouldn't find a designated trail leading me here. So I started looking at all the lakes, probably 50 or more, and I found the site exactly that he showed by zooming in on Google Maps. So that was pretty cool. I hope that you guys are able to do the exact same thing when you watch my videos, because that's half the fun of it.
Eventually, the forest settled back into silence, but the uneasy feeling remained. Out here, isolation makes every sound seem louder, and when the quiet is suddenly broken by gunfire, it's hard not to feel tense and on edge. Could it have really been hunters, or was something else out there in the dark? And if it wasn't human, what could explain such precise, rapid shots? In February 2024, near Eagle River, Alaska, Maria, who runs the channel Roaming Reckless, drove her old Land Rover into the snowy wilderness with her dog Blue. Her channel normally features calm overland adventures across the US, including camping, cooking, and facing the cold. This trip was meant to be the same, a short 3-day stay at the Rapids Camp Yurt on the historic Iditarod Trail. But Alaska had other plans, and what started as a peaceful winter retreat soon became 3 days filled with smoke, fear, and unsettling quiet.
A yurt that we have to hike 2 miles in the middle of the woods, and we're going to be staying there for 3 days. So this is going to be dry camping, so we've got to take all of our supplies with us. There's going to be nothing there for us but firewood. We've got to hurry up and get packed. This thing's so heavy, oh my gosh. We're starting up here. Our yurt is down here. Almost 2 miles, shouldn't take us too long. The sun is setting right now though, so it's probably gonna get dark pretty quick after we get there. Blue is just having the time of his life. This hurts. But look at this. Are you joking? That mountain right there? Rapids Camp Yurt, heck yeah. Whew. Okay, come on, bub. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Someone remind me to get a hiking backpack, a proper one. Thanks. Okay, other than my back being destroyed, I've been working on the fire for like 2 hours at this point, and I am running out of fire starters. I really don't know what else to do. It's like all of the wood is wet and nothing will. The fire one last ditch effort using the one log left I have that I think is semi-not wet, so we'll see what happens. See how smoky it is in here? I feel like Blue and I are gonna have to make the trek in the middle of the night back to Poe because I just can't risk the fire not working and then Blue getting cold in the middle of the night. I think Blue and I are just gonna...
Maria packed all the essentials she thought she'd need: food, gear, and warm layers. Blue ran ahead as they followed a narrow, snow-covered trail through the forest. The hike was only 2 miles, but her back ached under the weight of her pack. She called the landscape Narnia, a quiet wonderland of ice and mountains that made the effort worthwhile. When the yurt finally appeared at dusk, it looked perfect, a small round shelter beneath the peaks. Inside, she found a wood stove, a bunk bed, and enough comfort for the night. But as darkness fell, the stove wouldn't light. Smoke filled the air, stinging her eyes and lungs. With freezing temperatures and Blue shivering beside her, Maria had no choice but to leave her gear behind and make the long walk back through the cold and dark.
This sucks. Bubby, it took us like 45 minutes to get up to the yurt. I'm hoping with my lighter pack weight, I should be able to get back a lot faster. Yep, come on, kid. Well, not really time to like play, but I like the positive energy. Hallelujah, Poe. Oh, I've never been so happy to see this truck in my life. I guess there's a little water in there. I can't believe that we walked that trail all the way back last night. There's a sign in here talking about an aggressive bear in the area, and granted, bears are hibernating right now. This says, in recent weeks, a black bear with bad behavior attempted to gain access to all 3 yurts. He or she slashed the vinyl coverings in various places. They had to cancel reservations for weeks, so... That bear is roaming reckless.
She had only a flashlight, a knife, and her fear as she moved through the forest, which was so quiet it made her question if she was truly alone. When she finally reached her truck, relief hit her hard. The heater worked, and Blue curled up beside her, finally safe. The next morning, Maria returned to the yurt and saw a notice warning campers about a black bear recently seen in the area. During the trip, her heater broke, her backup power failed, and she ended the 3 days exhausted, sore, and grateful that things hadn't gone worse. Locals warned her about Eagle River's unpredictability, a place where hikers disappear and animals roam early in winter, confused and hungry. One viewer remarked, "That uneasy feeling you had walking back wasn't fear. It was instinct." Perhaps they were right. Maybe the smoke that forced her to leave the yurt wasn't just bad wood, but Alaska's subtle way of telling her to go. On December 1st, 2024, YouTuber Cora and the Explorer uploaded one of their most intense camping experiences. In the video, the creator Keith heads out with his dog Cora for a wild camping trip at Poviark in the Lake District. Keith isn't new to this. He's an experienced camper, well-prepared, and familiar with tough terrain, but what he encountered this time was unlike anything he'd faced before.
Hello, and welcome to K&C Outdoors. I'm Keith, and this here is Cora, my golden doodle. I think she's classed as a miniature one. So we're out today in the Lake District, in my most favourite part of the world, and actually the most favourite part of the Lake District as well, which is Dungeon Gill. And we're going to be making our way up to Harrison Pike for a wild camp tonight, and we'll have a good time. But it's been quite damp today, which isn't a bad thing really, because I'm trying out some new gear.
At first, everything seems great. The mood is cheerful, the views are stunning, and Keith seems right at home. But as the climb continues, the weather starts to change. Dark clouds move in, and the ground becomes slick and icy. Still, Keith keeps going, and eventually finds what looks like the perfect spot to set up camp for the night. What he didn't know was that the toughest part was still to come.
The tent, and I would say this is the worst pitch I have ever had. I just couldn't tell with the lay of the land, and it is so on the slant. I just want to roll that way. I'm going to see what bits of spare clothing etc I've got that I can shove onto my bed to try and level it out a bit, even if I can't level out the tent. But it's up, and I've got my down pants and my insulating jacket and everything on because it's really gone cold, and the wind's starting to get up now. But we're gonna have a little rest. It took quite I'm gonna rest. Cora's just had a dinner and she's a bit cold, I think, so I'm gonna give her some cuddles and get her nice and warm, and I'll see you. I know, I'm not giving you any attention, I'm very sorry. Oh, okay, she needs a love, I'm gonna have to go.
As night falls, Keith cooks dinner, exhausted from the long climb. But the calm evening he had hoped for quickly turns chaotic. The wind starts to howl, his tent shakes violently, and it's clear the storm outside is getting worse.
Oh, the wind's really getting up now. It's got really up, a bit concerned. I have no idea how strong they are, but it's really strong. The tent's getting battered. But I'm double poled and I've got delta pegs in, so at least delta pegs in the come here, love, in the parts that need to be held well. So hopefully it'll hold up well through the night. These little moments of calm, and then the gusts just start in again. So I've just put my little wind meter out. I don't know if it's showing, but there you go. It's showing at the highest with the gusts 70 mile an hour. But it sounds, as I say, the double pole, it seems okay. But I'm certainly aware that we might have to bail if it gets any worse. Don't want to, we're quite high up and it's a long way down. We'll see how the night takes us anyway. But for now, oh jeez. See you soon. Genuinely got me a bit worried now. The wind's unbelievably strong. I'm hoping we don't have to bail because it's a long way down to Langdale. But this is the most worried I've ever been camping. It really is gusting strong now. I'll keep it up to date as we go along, but now it's a worry now, it really is. The weather's still horrendous. It's 5 AM and the tent's just completely getting hammered by the wind. Just waiting for it to get light, and then we're going to pack up and have the treacherous walk down, because it's going to be difficult walking, I think, in this wind. But, not bothering making a drink or anything, just going to get off as soon as it's light.
As darkness settles in, Keith prepares a meal, exhausted from the grueling climb. What he hoped would be a quiet night quickly unravels. Wind whips through the air, and his tent thrashes wildly. The storm outside is clearly intensifying. On September 24th, 2020, the Canadian channel Dano Outdoors, known for stealth camping and minimalist trips, headed to a public beach. The night began calmly, marked by soft waves, slow-moving clouds, and a tranquil shoreline.
Absolutely beautiful beach, which, by the way, like if you take a look around, it really does feel like my own little private beach with this brush here. It is beautiful. So, just got here, set up shop. It's supposed to rain tonight, so we got to set up for that. And like last time, we're getting time lapse of the storm. So I'm gonna sit down, get some water going, get you on the tripod. So let's get to work. Okay. That's kind of funny. I just had to sit for at least an hour, I'd say. Granted, I was setting up a little bit, but somebody was playing music along the trail, which is right there. I don't know if you'll be able to see it through the camera, but it's literally not that far. You can hear people talking and whatnot. But got the tarp set up. Not too bad. It starts raining. Duck under there and take a seat. Got everything ready to be dry if it does rain. Now we just wait. Hopefully it rains. I'm not gonna lie, I'd like it to. Would be nice. Well, the thunderstorm, I'm a little, but a little rain while you sleep is always nice. Anyways, back to the time-lapse getting you. That's really funny. 3 people have walked by so far, and I love it this time.
The time-lapse proved effective. He nestled his tarp shelter snugly under a tree, certain it was well concealed. As dusk fell, he cooked curry rice while watching storm clouds slowly creep over the lake. The atmosphere was quiet, eerily so.
Curry-style rice flavored with coconut, garlic, and ginger. I'm gonna throw that onto the propane stove. Anyways, also, oh, let me see if you can hear me. Yeah, I should be okay. So we're going with curry style rice. And once I was setting up dinner, I guess, because I'm going to be having this later as well, I realized I didn't bring my spork. So, though it is curry style, we're going to do some chopsticks. I'm going to eat because I'm hungry. Yep. Luckily, the rice is a little sticky as it falls apart. But you can get a pretty decent amount. I'm gonna eat this and get back with you.
The quiet was broken when a couple stepped onto the rocks just a few feet from his hidden tent. Dano froze, trying to stay hidden in the shadows, but it was futile. They saw him.
Busted. That's not even really the kind of funny thing, or I guess frustrating thing. It's that it's late right now, and it happened like the sun was up. A couple walked down to the rocks and sat there for a while. Let's put it that way, a while. I kind of just went into time-lapse mode. Luckily, I was able to see this giant cloud that was coming in, and so I decided to get a time-lapse of that cloud. And then the weather changed drastically, and there was lightning, and it was beautiful, to be honest, because it was all on the other side of the lake. Not a single raindrop here, but there was a lot of sitting around. There was a lot of waiting. Yeah.
As night descended, the wind screamed, forcing the tarp to strain against fierce gusts while lightning lit up the sky. Dano held onto his shelter, steadying himself as the thunderous waves rumbled through the darkness.
Alright, hopefully you can see me. I got my sleep set up just in the nick of time. Breeze just picked, whoa. Yeah, we might pick up the tarp. Oh, jeez. I'm telling you, we're putting twine to the test tonight, boyo. The wind just picked up big time. So we might still have weather coming yet. But I am sitting in my setup because I got a feeling it's going to start raining. We should be all right. We'll see, I guess. I got my sleep setup done right in time. Wow. It's, hopefully you can see. Yeah, I gotta hold the tarp so it doesn't, wow. Well, let's see what happens. Wow.
Rain lashed against the thin fabric, and each lightning flash revealed the stormy lake beside him in sharp detail. Still, the tarp managed to hold steady.
Finally in bed. Oh, and it's raining too. I don't know if you can hear it, probably can. We are, as I guess Steve would say, hunkered down. It's the godfather of stealth camping. Anyways, weather's looking pretty iffy, but we got a nice view. I'm just hoping this tarp doesn't give while I sleep. I gotta say, man, I'm pretty impressed with twine. It's holding up. So, anyways, I'm gonna head to bed. So, unless something happens, see you in the morning. Morning time.
By morning, the storm had cleared, leaving calm skies and sparkling wet sand in place of the night's turmoil. Dano considered it one of his best nights outdoors, a reminder that stealth camping isn't just about staying unseen, but also about facing and surviving whatever challenges arise. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can stay updated with our latest videos.